Yes, I did. I authored them.
All right, great. So, I'm gonna jump right to it. The child's been in care for about 1 year and 8 months after disposition,
That's correct.
and so, but really, wasn't Corbin in foster care even longer prior to being made part of the case?
Yeah. So Corbin was born during Tabitha's ongoing case with her daughters. So he's two now. So that would have been October of 23. So he was involved. Um, he was born and was not removed until March of 2024.
Okay, and historically, mom, she voluntarily released on her four girls.
She did.
Okay, so um, we've had quite some time here, and is mom benefiting? It sounds like from your report that she's given you notice that she's done.
That's correct. So starting in early September, um, Tabitha stopped participating in her weekly random drug screens. As I noted in my report, there was also a gap in her attendance for substance abuse treatment through Bear River Health. Um, and then she also stopped attending counseling. I believe it was the beginning of October, is what her therapist said. Um, as of the end of October, she's only had one parenting time. She has had very little contact with myself or the parenting aide. We've made it known to her that her parenting time is still available to her, but she has not engaged in any parenting time except for the one day. I think that was the 6th of November. She's also had some contact with Corbin's foster parents, who are his paternal uncle and aunt, and contact with Corbin's grandmother. She's indicated that she would like Corbin to be adopted by the foster parents. And, uh, she's basically stepped away from this case. She told me that during a phone call beginning of November that she wouldn't be attending any court proceedings, and that, yeah, basically she's done with her case.
Okay, and then you know this lack of doing services has also translated into less parenting time between Tabitha Alexander and Corbin.
Yeah, again, that was a choice by Tabitha. We have let her know that her parenting time is still available to her, should she choose to engage in visits with Corbin. But at this point, I have only had one phone call with her since the beginning of November. She's also avoiding the parenting aide who continues to try and contact her to make sure that she doesn't want to engage in any parenting time with Corbin.
Um, is the parenting aide, is that Miss Anita Hazelton?
That's correct.
And historically, hasn't Miss Hazelton and Miss Alexander, they had a pretty good relationship?
Yes, they do. Yes,
And so even with the benefit of that relationship, Miss Alexander is still withdrawing from parenting time and services.
that's correct.
So we really don't know, you know, if she's using drugs or anything else at this time.
No, we don't know. I do know that the few drug screens that she did complete, she was positive for marijuana. She did admit to myself and the parenting aide that she had resumed using marijuana. Um, on one of the occasions, she admitted to using marijuana on a visit day with Corbin. Um, but other than the marijuana use, due to her lack of participation in screens, we don't know if she's using other drugs.
Okay. One thing I thought was noteworthy, did Miss Alexander, did she tell you uh, that she uses marijuana so that she can interact with people more appropriately?
She did. She stated to me, it was on the same occasion that she admitted to using marijuana 2 days prior on a visit day with Corbin, that it helps her cope. She told me that it also is easier for the people that have to deal with her, in her words, when she's triggered, if she is using marijuana. Um, so yes, she did.
Okay. So let me ask you, one of the grounds that we would be seeking would be MCL 712A.19B3CI. And that essentially are the conditions at the beginning of the case, the reasons for removal after services and recommendations, have been made. Has Miss Alexander overcome those barriers?
No, it's my opinion that she hasn't. Given her lack of participation in her counseling, it was made clear to her, just what she needs to do, um, what services she needs to engage in, um, and she has simply chosen just not to do that.
Guys, Mom openly steps back and declares she's done, not returning to court or services at all. No confusion, no hesitation. She closes the door on her own child and leaves the system waiting.
Time of authoring the report, she was still engaging in services. Since that time, her failure to follow through, I would say that I would classify her progress as poor at this date.
Okay. So do you think any more time would be beneficial here? I mean, part of the statute reads to, rectify the barriers within a reasonable time considering the child's age.
I do not, and I base that on Tabitha's own admission that she no longer cares to engage in her case or services.
Okay, in Corbin's current placement, that is with the family of the deceased father in this case?
That's correct. It's his paternal uncle and his wife.
Okay, and they've expressed an intent to adopt the child?
They have.
And tell us, is the child's needs being met in that placement?
Yes, they are.
So you're asking the court, you would like the court to order us to file a termination petition because there's not substantial compliance within 15 months, and even more so now that in the last 1 to 2 months, Mom has gone from partial progress to poor progress.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to offer today?
I would also like to say that we are also requesting to have the ability to stop providing services to Tabitha, given her expressed intent to be done with her case.
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot that. I want to file a petition and stop services. However, keep open the opportunity for parenting time if Miss Alexander would choose to re-engage.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Sommerfeld. Mr. Brown, any questions?
Your Honor, based on my conversations with Ms. Alexander, I have no questions.
Thank you. Ms. Hansel, any questions?
Yes, just a couple. Have you observed a bond then between Corbin and the foster parents, the aunt and uncle?
Yes, I have. So they also have a daughter. Corbin has a very good bond with the entire family, and also his paternal grandmother, Mandy.
Okay. And you'd stated before, and in my notes from the last hearing, that you noted a bond between, that there was a strong bond between Tabitha and Corbin would you say that that has somewhat diminished at this point?
Yes, I mean, based on her opportunity to continue to have interactions with Corbin and her choice to not, yes, I do believe that bond is diminished and will continue to diminish.
Okay. All right, I have no other questions. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no questions of Mr. Solis. Mr. Sommerfeld, any additional witnesses or evidence?
No, thank you, Judge.
Mr. Brown, any witnesses or evidence?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Hansel, same question to you.
No witnesses. Thank you.
All right. Closing statements, Mr. Brown, or excuse me, Mr. Sommerfeld?
Thank you, Judge. Judge, I know this case predates the court. There's much more of a history here, but Mom has been involved with us now for many years. She voluntarily released on her other children. This would be her fifth child, Corbin, and one child proved that that was also unattainable. And I think she's had a proper opportunity here to really succeed. I mean, she had the support of Mr. Solis, the department, and especially Anita Hazelton. What really hasn't been testified to is that Miss Hazelton really was acting like as like a mother figure, giving her guidance, and at times, it seemed like it was really working. However, Miss Alexander has demonstrated that she wants to just do her own thing. The report indicates that she's been to Chicago. She's been out of state, I think, to Florida. She's with this new boyfriend. He's like smoking marijuana. So, I think it's time. We have 15 months here. We don't have substantial compliance. The department will be able to present evidence of, the statute that I cited earlier, CI, and also J, that there's a risk of harm based on the conduct or capacity of the parent, and that is demonstrated by no substantial compliance in the parent agency treatment plan. The actual reasons why we had to do the removal in the first place, and the court determined that how this person was parenting the child was not proper. So Mr. Solis is asking to file a termination petition to suspend services. We would like to keep the door open for supervised parenting time, just in case Mom wants to re-engage. But we'd like to move forward as outlined, and I'd ask the court to adopt those recommendations.
Thank you. Mr. Brown?
Sorry, Your Honor, you caught me right at a sneeze.
It's been a good day.
I have no closing statement, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hansel?
Yes, Your Honor. I would agree that Miss Alexander has had lots of opportunity. It would appear that she has basically given up as far as parenting her son. And I think she is being honest when she says that she's through. She's done with this. Obviously, once a parent gives up and is no longer willing to try, that's not something that a court or a lawyer or a caseworker can remedy. And I do believe I'm very comfortable with this relationship that he has with his paternal aunt and uncle. He seems very well bonded to them. I think they take really good care of him. And I think they have a real healthy relationship. So I think that Corbin has a bright future with foster parents.
Thank you for those thoughts. I do agree with the requests and recommendations. It's unfortunate that Ms. Alexander is not willing to put forth the effort to maintain a relationship with her son. The court would be willing to entertain that and was hopeful prior to today's hearing that might be the case, but it does not appear to be so. And I am familiar, at least somewhat, with the history that Mr. Sommerfeld cites. And she is well aware of how the process works and how the system works. And she has indicated a very clear decision to not participate. And I don't think it would be in Corbin's best interest to drag this out unnecessarily when his mother is not willing to put forward the time and effort to bring about reunification. So I will follow the recommendations by Mr. Solis. Corbin will remain a temporary court ward under the care, custody, and supervision of MDHHS. I will authorize MDHHS to file a termination petition regarding Tabitha Alexander's parental rights to Corbin. We will change the permanency goal from permanency to adoption. MDHHS will no longer be required to provide reunification services to the mother unless she returns with a very specific request for parenting time and services to be reinstated. But if she's simply going to float along, we will not require MDHHS to provide any additional services other than maintain the ability to have parenting time supervised with Corbin as she requests. I think that will do it. So I look forward to the next court date when we can do the termination of parental rights petition and move things forward that way. And as Ms. Hansel has indicated, I'm hopeful that Corbin continues to have a great relationship with his foster family. All right, that's all for today then.
Years of guidance, counseling, and support stand in the record, yet she still chose exit over effort. This wasn't failure by circumstance. It was a conscious walk away from motherhood for the 5th time. The judge finalizes the shift. Services end, adoption rises, and time stops waiting for someone who's not returning. If she ever comes back, it must be real effort, not another disappearance and explanation later. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.